The next thing is that how to increase exposure, right? So if you are adding value to 10 people, that's great. But how can you add value to 100 people? How can you add value to 1,000 people? How can you add value to lakhs of people, right? That is important, because more you add value to people, then it becomes that much powerful. Your network becomes that much powerful, right? So think of like a very successful politician. They are also adding value to people. Somewhere people are getting a courage, or they are getting some confidence, or they are getting some hope. They are getting some inspiration from their leader. That is why so many people are connected to that leader. There are gurus, right? So they have so many people in their network. So many people are so happy with them. Why? Because they have got something out of them, right? There are people who have built organizations, people who have built political parties, people who have built, religious organizations. People build so many different things. What are they doing? They're increasing their exposure. You can think of it this way also, that they're finding out a way to add value to others at a larger scale. You can do that on social media also, right? So you share very inspirational things, very insightful information, really powerful information, right? Then you are spreading it out there on the internet, right? What is it doing? It is increasing exposure. If you said it to 10 people who are your friends, only 10 people would have known. But if it goes viral on the internet, maybe millions of people will get inspired by the same. So you have to focus on that, right? So this is how it works. Social media, internet can amplify the exposure, and there is many other way to amplify it. You can do it by building an organization also. You can do it by opening a charity also. So many different ways to do it, right? So that are some of the ways to increase exposure. Now somebody was asking that should we keep only adding very senior people, famous people? No, that is absolutely wrong. You should only add people who are relevant. Who is relevant to you? Can you add value to somebody? That person is relevant to you. Okay. So let's say I am a lawyer who wants to work with all the startup people, right? So I'll add startup people on my network. But let's say I don't want to work with startups. My goal is to work with IPO. Like I want to be in capital market sector, and my goal is very simple. I want to work in a capital markets law firm or build my own capital markets law firm. If that is my goal, does it make any sense whatsoever if I am networking with startups? I mean, it probably isn't connected, right? Unless I'm waiting for those startups to become a IPO stage someday. But that's not a logical thing. Out of thousands of startups, even one would not become IPO, right? So that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So you network with people who are relevant to you, because otherwise you are not going to be able to add value to them, and they will get irritated also, because it's irrelevant. Whatever you have to say, whatever you have to do, what you do, everything is irrelevant. You need to connect with people who are relevant, people to whom you can add value, people who can add value to you also. Okay, but with those people. So will I only connect with startup founders? Maybe not. I may want to network also with other lawyers who do the same thing. I may want to network with juniors who are interested in doing that thing in future. I may want to connect with journalists who are working with startups, right? So basically my goal is to be relevant and connect with people who are relevant to me, right? To whom I can add value, and the people who can add value to me. And usually this means everyone, right? You have to be something to someone. So if you try to be everything for everyone, that will be a disaster. Your network will never come together. It's much better to focus on one kind of people and one sector, and different kind of people who are related to that sector, but not random things. That doesn't work. It does not add up, But if you're doing the same thing over a period of time, it really adds up over a period of time. So referrals is a great way to connect, right? And let's say I decide that, okay, I want to connect with Harish Salvi, okay, for webinar on LawSicko. It is possible. I have to find Who knows Harish Salve? Maybe somebody has interned with Harish Salve. Who are the interns of Harish Salve now? Who are the juniors of Harish Salve now? Who is the clerk of Harish Salve? Which law firms frequently give work to Harish Salve, like, as a solicitor firm, who brings work to Harish Salve? Who is the advocate on record doing most of the work for Harish Salve? I'll find out. And from some channel, somebody will put in a good word, and this would become possible, right? So referrals are very important. Similarly, today I have an employee in my company who's a colleague, right? Somebody who has been with us for 5 years, Priyanka. Okay, how did I hire her? I was trying to hire somebody in our admin position and was not finding anyone good. We had a problem. So then I started calling up my friends. I decided I'll call 5 of my friends and randomly ask, do you know someone? Do you know someone who's like this? I randomly called 5 people. One of them was Puneet Vasin, who is a very good lawyer. He was our student at a point of time. He runs Cyber Geo law firm and is a very respected cyber lawyer. She said that I have a school friend who might fit this profile, and but she'll work from home. Okay, work from home. That time nobody used to work from home. We started work from home, and then she introduced me to Priyanka, and this is somebody working in my company for the last 5 years. Imagine how much value Priyanka has created in the last 5 years. And it all happened because I asked for referrals. I called up people and said, can you think of somebody? Can you think of somebody? And I didn't have to call even 5 people. After 2-3 calls, I found somebody. And today also if I have to hire, if I have to find some service provider, I will just pick up my phone, and the people I trust, people I know are smart, I'll call them and I'll ask them for referral. Somebody will connect me. Okay? This is how it works. Then there is social media, right? You can leverage social media. You will see, if you are on my social media, on my LinkedIn, if you on my Twitter, you'll see so many questions I post. And I ask people, what do you think about this? How can this be done? How should that be done? And people come and give. Do you know somebody here? And people come and give answers, many things, right? Plus, when I have a good thought, a good idea, some important message to share, I go and put it up on my social media, and then it spreads. I want to benefit the people who are following me. If you are following me, then I want to put those kind of things on my social media that benefits you. I don't want to put random politics and all of that stuff. I had a bad habit of writing about politics on my Twitter. Am I like a political expert? Am I somebody people are looking for some information from me on politics? No. But you probably will look from me a certain kind of information about the legal industry, about legal profession, about how you can grow your practice, how can you get better jobs, how can you increase the profitability of your law firm, how can you approach certain things. You don't want that kind of information from me. And for those things, I would be very happy to share. I should share that information, right? And leverage social media to give you value. If anybody is following me on social media, they should get value through me in that way. And then definitely it would lead to a greater exposure for my whatever value I'm trying to add. And you have to stay in touch with a lot of people at once, right? This is a skill to learn. Okay, wishing people on their birthdays, wishing them on their anniversary is very important. It reminds people that you exist. You might be knowing 5,000 people in the world, but do they even remember you because you haven't been in touch? It is such a powerful thing to get back in touch with your old classmates, old colleagues. Just have a call with 5 minutes. If not possible, a call, maybe you just send them a message. It is a brilliant thing for a lawyer. Going to social events like marriages, local events, housing society events, it's very important. You'll have no idea how many people stay connected with you that way. And more people stay connected with you, more people will support you, more people will want that you succeed, more people will refer you matters. These things are real, very, very real, okay, for lawyers. There was a US president, okay? US president, I forgot his name, I think Lyndon Johnson or somebody, who had basically, he was a person, he had a friend in every town in America, in every town. And every year he used to send them handwritten letters. Every year they used to send them handwritten Christmas wishes. Abraham Lincoln, yeah, I don't think it's Abraham Lincoln. This is some other person. Okay, and this has been written about. This has been documented and written about in a book called How to Make Friends and Influence People, and it is one of the best books on networking. You should read this book called How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, right? So he wrote about this. This American president sent handwritten notes to his friends in he knew families in every city, in every county, and he used to send them letters. So when he was contesting election, all these people are like, he's our candidate, like, that, like that. And it is not about party and all of that. People support you like the human being. They feel a part of you. They want their candidate to win. And this is real. You can create this kind of connection with all the people. It's very, very much possible, right? There's a story about Theodore Roosevelt, right? So Theodore Roosevelt, somebody comes to meet Theodore Roosevelt, and some driver, something, and within like half an hour, the driver and Theodore Roosevelt are like friends. They are like referring to each other by first name, and they're great. This is the president of USA, right? He's already president. He's not going to be president again. Still, it is natural to him to win over a person like that and become so good friends, right? So it's very important. And he stays in touch with this driver later on also. Like, they stay in touch. People who are good networkers are really good at staying in touch with other people. Spends a lot of time doing that.